What up, HarryWilmington here, and apparently it is okay now for men out there to stalk women. It is a perfectly acceptable way to show a woman that you're attracted to her, and she should want you to do it. Now, why am I saying this? Because I just listened to an episode of Ryan's Roses. So for those of you that don't know, Ryan's Roses is a segment on the Kiss FM morning show whereby a person calls in and says, hey, I went on a date with this person and they're not responding back to me, what's going on? And so then Ryan and his crew will call the person and kind of ask them, hey, so you went out with so-and-so, why didn't it work out? Why didn't you call her back? And then they'll give their answer, and then they'll say, well, guess what? We have so-and-so on the other line. And then they talk about whether or not they want to do another date. So this morning, this woman named Alyssa had gone out with this guy whose name I forget. And she was like, yeah, we met at a bar, we had a good date. And then, since then, he hasn't really contacted me and I don't know what's going on. And so, of course, first off, I hate the fact that a guy ghosting and basically saying, I don't want to date a girl anymore is something like the worst thing ever when women do it literally all the time and we're supposed to just suck it up. But anyway, so they call up this other dude. I think his name was Chris, but they call up this other dude and they're like, hey, so do you know Alyssa? And he was like, well, yeah, I know Alyssa. Like, yeah, he was kind of laughing off a bit. And then Ryan was like, okay, so you guys went on a date? And he said, yeah, we went on a couple of dates. So then Ryan says, okay, so what happened? Like, what did you ask her out again? Like, what's going on? This guy goes into this story that's all about how he went out with Alyssa and he had a great time on that date. And then he went to like Ralph's to buy some food and she just happened to pop up. And then he went to a coffee shop to meet one of his friends, and she just happened to pop up. He went to the park and some other locations, and each time she just happened to pop up. So then one of his friends was like, hey, I don't know much about Snapchat, but apparently there's a thing called Snap Map where it tracks your location. And he was like, hey, maybe she's using Snap Map to be able to track down where you're gonna be. And so at this point in the game, you would think Ryan and them would be like, oh crap, wait, you're doing what? Like, this lady, you're popping up at this place, guy's locations and basically stalking him. Like, you think that's cool? Like, that should be the response, right? And instead, the response that Ryan and his crew give are, wait, so she's just showing up at where you're at? Like, I remember being in school and girls would do that, or guys would do that, and it was just such a romantic thing. And then the girls in the thing are like, yeah, like, there's been times when I dated a guy, and I just really wanted to see him, and so I would just pop up because it was like a little cute thing, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm listening to this like, so Ryan and crew are really promoting that it's okay for women to just pop up and stalk a guy and track his location and follow him down, because a woman that's really in love has every right to go after that love and to make sure that he knows that she likes him by showing up wherever he is as a sign of that. And they were really just like basically saying it's perfectly fine for this woman to be doing this. And they were telling the guy, well, I mean, yeah, she followed you a little bit, but aside from that, like, would you go out with her again? Like, this isn't the worst thing. Couldn't you guys talk about it and then possibly go on another date? And I'm like, fine. If that's what we're doing, let's reverse this, right? So, rewind. They call up a girl and say, hey, you went out with Chris and so-and-so, like, and you guys had a good date. What happened? And then the woman says, well, I went to the store and he was there. And I went to a coffee shop and he was there. I went to a thing with my friends and he was there. I went to the park and he was there. This would sound like the worst case of stalking ever. And this guy would have been completely destroyed by the radio and by the audience at home because, oh my God, it's another guy putting a woman in danger and how dare he, and this isn't the way that you should be dating, you should blah, 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 blah. So you know what? Fine. We're going to throw all the rules out now. So guys, apparently we're promoting that it's okay for women to be able to stalk you guys, and therefore, if we're trying to be on equal footing, guys, it's perfectly fine to stalk women now, because I just cannot believe that they would not try to talk this woman down or shame her. And then after he gets off the phone, Ryan's all just like, oh, I guess it just wasn't meant to be. And hey, you'll find somebody out there or whatever. Like, really? Like, how about, hey, lady, go get some therapy, maybe figure out why you were trying to stalk this guy and learn from your mistake. Like, we're just promoting that women can totally go out there and stalk guys now, apparently. And you know me, I'm an equal opportunity person. So guys, that's where we're going. I don't know. Like, are we doing stalking now? Is that a thing in 2023? We're going to be stalking people as the means, and it'd be perfectly okay for both sexes to do. I just can't believe it. This is an example of we're not punishing women for doing bad things. Like, and guys, you got to be aware of that. Like, you got to be aware that there are going to be some women out there that you're going to date, and they might seem like a good catch. But this is why I also tell you guys, you also need to do your 3-month due diligence and not just fall for a woman after the very first date, because you don't know what kind of tendency she has, such as, I don't know, showing up at your job and trying to possibly stalk you at various locations. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I heard that. I was going to record it and I forgot to, but like, if I find the audio clip, I'll play it. But that was just, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that they actually were like championing this woman for trying to follow this guy at his locations. Like, that's some dangerous stuff. That's all I got, guys. I'm Harry Wilmington. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.